When he's not at the fire station in San Pedro, Gus Perez likes to surf the waves of South Orange County. He has for years, because surfing brings him peace and exercise. But as he learned, just because you have the strength and energy to surf doesn't mean you're healthy.
That's kind of one of the unique parts of my story, is that I actually never became symptomatic. The way that my illness was discovered was I had spent the bulk of my career in the downtown area. And then after a while, I decided to look for other ways to expand my career, and I chose to enter our hazardous material program. And once I had successfully completed the courses to become certified as a hazmat technician, I was allowed the opportunity to transfer to one of our hazardous material assignments, which was in San Pedro. Fortunately for me, one of the requisites of being assigned to the hazardous material team is an annual hazmat physical. And that was the first step in the diagnosis of my disease.
Gus was diagnosed with leukemia. He needed a bone marrow transplant, but a bone marrow match was hard to find. He waited and waited.
That first year, while we were looking for a donor match, was probably one of the most stressful things, believe it or not, of the whole process. Because during that year, you're constantly finding people that have potential to be your donors. And then for various reasons, it wouldn't pan out. So it was a year of peaks and valleys in looking for that potential donor. Unfortunately, neither of my two brothers worked out, so we had to go into the National Bone Marrow Registry.
After more than a year of wondering and worrying, still no match had been found.
I almost started resigning myself to the fact that I was just going to go with the treatment program that was offered to me through the City of Hope, because we were successful in achieving remission. But in my case, there is treatment, and then there's a cure. And for me, the cure was wiping this disease out and starting a new life. And that's what we were able to do when we were able to find Jesus.
Jesus, a man from Wichita, Kansas, donated his bone marrow. Gus's wife, Tamara, donated her heart and soul. She took care of their two children, Sarah and Matthew, and made the drive from Orange County to City of Hope.
I did about a 45-day hospital stay, from the day that I was admitted to the day that I was successfully allowed to go home and test the waters. And I want to say, I believe she only missed one day out of that 45-day stint from being next to me at my bedside and helped me get through this thing. And even though as a firefighter, you kind of develop little tricks, to kind of a game face, if you will, I think she understood, and obviously she saw it in my eyes, that I needed a little extra, that little extra support, and I was very appreciative.
As you can see, the transplant was a success.
It teaches you to put things in perspective. Things that maybe were a big deal, 5 or 6 years ago, all of a sudden aren't that big a deal anymore.
The big deals for Gus now are his family, the surf gods, Jesus from Kansas, and the good people at City of Hope who made it possible for him to surf on.